Bill, for your to your answer your question that you sent me earlier, 10K on sideband, and obviously 20K on AM, 10K either side.
Wow, I didn't think it went that far. That's that's pretty impressive. Hey, hey, Larry, just don't send them guys out here with them machine guns. That scared me when I looked at your page there.
Yeah, there's only 4 cars coming, and most of these guys are down to their last, I think probably 2 or 3 clips. So it won't be, it'll just be real quick.
Okay. I think I heard a breaking station in there. Go ahead, Breaker.
Yeah, it was quite a few. I heard Terry come in, W4TRH. Terry was booming in here. I hope you guys can hear him. He's got really great audio. So, man, if he can get in and Rick has that stream going, I bet he'll be eager to hear your audio, Terry. Rick does streaming, and then he could put this up on YouTube, and you can catch it later on and listen to the audio.
That would be pretty cool. No kidding. Well, hopefully I'm getting in and getting y'all. I mean, y'all are just sounding absolutely wonderful coming in Kentucky tonight. I mean, I can hear Larry tonight, which I didn't hear him the other night. I can definitely hear Rick. I'll have to get his call. Art, you're booming in as always, man. I mean, just golly, dogs. And I had to go to your page to see what kind of art you were talking about, Art. And that was pretty good. I scrolled all the way down to the bottom. I like it. I assume that's what you all were referring to?
Yes. There's a station on frequency right now, Bill, and he does that. He designed all that, and he sent a few out to some of the guys to put up on their QRZ page or on their PC desktop and such. So, it was pretty nice of him to do that. So we got that email today, and there was a surprise. All that nice graphic banners, the banner style or QSL. Actually, I even print them out. I'll put them on the postcard, and then on the back of that, I'll put all the 5/9 whatever the dates and all that. So I can use that as a QSL card.
Oh, very good, very good. Well, Bill, if you can hear me, fantastic job. I really like it. That's pretty cool. Kind of neat how you can do that. Anyway, I didn't want to butt in here and take over everything, but I did want to jump in and say hi because, man, I tell you what, y'all are just really sounding good coming down this way tonight.
Yeah, good afternoon or evening to you, Terry. I think it might be a little close for you and I. I'm just up here in Ohio, but I am hearing you. And if you look up the call on YouTube, N8SDR, November 8th Software Defined Radio, you'll find it there, and it's streaming live now, so you should be able to go back and what I am hearing of you, you can play it back whenever, but it's live as well.
Oh, very good, Rick. Very good. Yeah, I'll definitely take some time and go over and hear it. Yeah, I've definitely got you coming in here very loud too, as well, and it's kind of nice that I got you. I got Art, and like I said, I heard Larry in there, so hopefully I can still pick him up. So, man, that's got the short end a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah, hello, Terry. This is Bill, KC3ERD. I'm in Pennsylvania, and yeah, you're coming in here pretty good also there. I'll turn it over to Larry there so you can hook up there, KC3ERD.
All right, Terry, I don't know if you heard me very well. I hear you. I got a whole room full of you over here. I'm actually pointed out to out towards Art and out towards Rick in Ohio and Bill out there. So are you hearing me okay?
Oh, absolutely, Larry. I mean, non-play. The only time you get down on me is when you turned a little south to Louisiana to pick up that mobile. And then I sat there and watched you just come right back up and pointed it back out toward Art. So, I mean, yeah, just a wonderful signal coming in tonight. It's just, tell you what, it turned out to be a pretty good night. I was a little worried earlier. It was kind of dark and gloomy on the bands, and I was wondering if anything was going to pick up.
Sugar, sugar, sugar.
We have a sugar, Charlie. Come on in. Whiskey Delta 9, Sierra Echo Fox in the group.
Okay. Oops. Sugar, sugar, Mike, and you're located in Schaumburg, Illinois. And just want to let you all know that you're all 20 over there now. It's just a good night.
What is that echo echo in the background. You're getting kind of a feedback kind of a thing going on. What is that?
Oh, that's my bad. I was monitoring my headset that I have on leaked a little bit, so I shut that down when I was talking to you. That should be a lot better.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, what in the heck is that? I was hearing it, and then it's only there for on certain peaks and certain resolutions, and I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah, that's my bad. Rookie mistake. Just playing around with this dynamic. How it sounded in the headset anyhow. But you guys are just booming in here tonight. I heard you said you were kind of.
Well, I'm straight north of you, about let's see, I'm guessing Schaumburg. I would say 100 it's probably 220 miles, I would guess. I'm up here near about 2 hours south of Lake Superior drive time.
No, okay. Well, we Lake Minnetonka, so you might be close to that. Are you in Wisconsin?
Oh yeah, I'm very close to Lake Minnetonka.
Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know if you know where the American Legion place is, MVP Road, where our mailing address is actually Lake Tomahawk.
I know exactly where that is, absolutely. If you look at my QRZ page, and you scroll to the bottom, call is Whiskey Delta 9 Sierra Echo Fox, and scroll all the way to the bottom, and you'll see some pictures of gangsters and things like that. If you've been up in the Minocqua area a few years ago, I put an event on up there. I'm trying to get a movie going that is the story of John Dillinger's girlfriend and his love affair with Evelyn Frechette. And you'll see, I'm sure you're familiar with Little Bohemia. There's a ton of stuff out there on there.
Yeah, can you give me your call sign again, please?
Have you got a MasterCard?
Or American Express. Either one will do.
It's a processing and handling charge. I'm kidding. It's Whiskey Delta 9 Sierra Echo Fox WD9SEF.
Okay. Look, we're actually in familiar with that because if you're familiar with American Legion, that's the lake going into Lake Tomahawk and Minocqua and the Hazelhurst Pub.
Oh my God, the Hazelhurst Pub.
Being from the Chicago, they got good pizza there.
They do. That's I've been up there almost my entire life, back and forth between Minocqua, Wausau. Oh yeah, the Hazelhurst Pub, where they used to sweep the eyeballs up at night.
Well, County D Road ends right Hazelhurst Pub, and so when we're driving there, it's easy, and when we're leaving, it's also hard to get a call what time of the day and what time of the week it is. All this flat is going back home.
Well, it's a dangerous stretch of road there because that's where everything goes down from 55 down to 45, but nobody actually honors that. And right at the intersection of D and 51, or now 39, 51, or whatever you want to call it, a lot of fatalities on snowmobiles. People are T-boned trying to get across there.
Yeah, it can be a mess, and there was a whole lot of there, just a whole bunch of there. Okay, well, we're going to look up your call sign and look you up on the jet there, and thanks for the break there. I'm just nice to hear that we're just using an old Kenwood TS2000. I'm not even sure. It's my phone that Radio Shack used to have, but it's an old Shure dynamic. 100 watts on radio, and my off-center said it's actually a Carolina with the center coax meaning is kind of beat up here. That last one just the portion of that, so it's not as high as it should be. And I'm thinking about completely rebuilding it here come springtime. But you guys are all booming in here, real nice. We'll talk to you. It's kind of short for this time of the day up somewhere in Wisconsin.
Surprised I'm hearing you at all. are so close. Relatively speaking, at this hour of the night, even sometimes Ohio is tough. But I'm hearing you.
Okay, well, we'll let you guys go. Well, thanks. And, I know there's usually something going on here at 224. Always seems to be a good bunch of guys. Around 200 during the day. That's like the time. So, yeah, and hopefully the big storm that's coming in doesn't affect you too much. And we'll catch you on the next one. We're going to look you up and working on my 73s, November 9 Sugar Early Operator Mike. Good night, guys.
All right, Mike, sounds good. Yeah, I wish the signal was a little bit better, but November 9 Sugar Mike. Is it Charlie? I think it is. Whiskey Delta 9 Sierra Echo Fox, and back over to I'll turn it back over to Art.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you came in really unbelievable, Larry. Gosh, you just went to almost 25 over in that last transmission. So, man, the band's working good. I'm hoping that everybody else is still hanging in here, Rick and Bill and Terry. So we'll see. But oh boy, we'll check. Let's see, Rick, how are we holding up with you? You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Still copying everybody fairly well. So I think we should be good. I'm going to send it down to. I'll send it down to Terry because he and I are the closest, and I think we'll probably be the first two that drop out with each other. Terry, W4TRH and 8SDR in the group.
W4TRH in the group. Yeah, Rick, you definitely faded out a little bit on me, but I still got you in there at 6, round 7. And yeah, I was able to go to the YouTube page and sit there and listen to that. So that was pretty cool. I guess that was probably the first time I've caught myself on YouTube or anything like that to be able to hear it. And yeah, so that was pretty neat. But yeah, Larry's still booming in here. Of course, Art is. I mean, Art's just, daggone, Art. I don't know what you're doing down there, but you're doing it. And Bill, still had Bill in there as well. And the only thing, Bill, is I didn't get the last part of your call. I got KC3 and I missed the last part of it. And I tried to go back and listen. I should have gone back to Rick's video and listened to it. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing well tonight. Looking forward to the weekend, and we'll see. I'm sure some of us over here toward the eastern side is kind of wondering what the next couple of days. I know for my area, they're calling for rain, sleet, snow, and hail. I think we got all the precipitation covered, and then going to be. They keep calling it a flash freeze. So that's a new one over here. I tell you, I jokingly say this, and the weather guys really take it as fun. But man, I wish in my career I could be riding 60% of the time and still keeping a job. That would be really cool to think of it. Anyway, well, time. So let's see, Bill, if you're still in and out, throw it out to you and see how things are going on your side. And if you don't mind, give me the last part of the call.
Yeah, Terry. Yeah, still holding up here, and the band's up and down here, but you go down a little bit and come back up. I hope you're hearing me. My call sign's KC3 Echo Romeo Delta. QSL, did you get that?
Yeah, Bill, I sure did. I appreciate you clearing that up for me so I can get it in the log.
Yeah, roger that. That darn Ricky changed backgrounds on his setup there on that live stream, and he went to a Star Wars or something background. I about choked. He put that up there. He looked like a little kid sitting at a school desk. Oh, my. That's hilarious. Hey, I don't know who gets it next. He got me all screwed up, but yeah, I was just laughing here like a schoolgirl because he changed that background. I looked up, I wasn't expecting that. I thought I hit the button on a computer, but I guess it gets back over to Larry, so I'll send it back to you, Larry, KC3 ERD.
Laughing like a schoolgirl? What?
Yeah. Didn't you? Well, are you watching that live stream with Rick there? You know, he got the graph up there, you know, with the signal and stuff, and I was looking down writing something. I looked up and he was in a Star Wars background there. You didn't see that?
No, I'm not on the live stream. I usually watch it when I'm not on the radio itself, but yeah, I might turn it up.
Yeah, pretty neat looking there, and it sort of throwed me off there. I wasn't expecting that.
He's not sitting there naked again, is he?
Well, I hope not. There he is. Look at him.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome.
Fire torpedoes.
That's cool. There's no doubt about it.
Bill, a quick question. So what's the update with is the Flex out of the box yet? Or is it sitting on a desk somewhere? Or what's going on with that Flex 6400?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Art, I should have it online tomorrow. What happened, I went and ordered that cable, you know, for the Ethernet, and I ordered it through Amazon, and here somehow somebody got my email and changed it. So they stopped my account. They froze everything on my account so nobody could get in there and do anything maliciously, you know. So I had to find out, and they called me. I got in contact with them. They called me, and they had to go through a bunch of stuff. And it took like, you know, since I had it ordered, I wasn't going to reorder it again. It took like 2 days for them to straighten everything out. So we got it straightened out, and I just received it today. UPS brought it today. A little bit later on in the evening here, so hopefully, you know, sometime tomorrow I'll get it hooked up there and get it online.
Bill, you're booming in here, man. You're almost 30 over now. I wish you'd have said something that you needed a cable. I would have made you one up and sent it out there to you.
Yeah, my other buddy, he makes cables too, but he lives. I'm in Lake Trobe, and he lives in Irwin. He's about 20 miles from me, so I had already ordered that. Rick, so I was good. You know, I just had to wait till they got my account straightened back out again.
Yeah, okay. Well, hey, anytime you need something like that, or just holler at me or hit me up, and I'll send one out to you.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thanks, Rick. That's what happened, Art. That's why, if it wasn't for that, I'd have had it on a couple of days ago.
Okay. Yeah, just eager to getting that thing up and running and hearing it at least. I know you're gonna. Between all of us, I mean, you're gonna be a simple setup. Any questions, please feel free to call, email, text, whatever, and we'll certainly give a helping hand. And Larry and of course Rick and anybody with the radio with using Smart SCR, we can help you instantly. So don't hesitate to ask. That's we kind of feel like the Flex family thing, you know. But who am I saying that? I'm on an anon right now. No. All right, but I did hear, I think it was a notice about maybe a minute ago, a station was trying to come in, so I'm going to say goodbye to M4QNT, that 13 station, go ahead. James, let me just double check. Did you say kilowatt 3? Okay, very good, James. Well, your 18-wheel mobile is doing quite well. Your audio is well above the noise. The signal anywhere from 4 to 5, but at least I'm hearing you. That's all that matters. The band's playing pretty good. So, yeah, the weather coming up for this weekend, they're saying Sunday we're supposed to get in the low, like teens, like 16 or 15-degree weather, maybe with some wind chill, and that's unusual for us. And as far as the actual the storm storm, or that storm that's out there to my west right now, it's more or less supposed to be a rain event, or probably, some freezing rain, of course. But I think they have that pattern moving up to the northeast from here. So we'll probably get the tail of it, which will be mostly rain. But right now it's beautiful, of course. Clear sky, 43 degrees. But yeah, coming the weekend, Saturday night, Sunday, there's supposed to be a little cooling down here. But yeah, I'm just near Winston-Salem, a little town called Kernersville, and of course I'm not too far from I-40. So you'll probably be coming right through the area. Over. More or less, we try to hang around 224, 227. It just depends, if the frequency's in use or something, we'll scoot along and find a place. But generally, you can find a good group of guys here, just rag two, passing it around, having fun with ham radio. Over. Okay, very good, James. Well, maybe one of the other guys might want to pick you up, so, feel free to hang out a little bit. But Fort Wayne, Indiana area in the 18-wheel mobile, doing a great job. So have a great weekend, drive safely, and hopefully we'll meet again. K3JW from N4QNT. No, James, I don't. Just HF stuff. I don't do the high frequencies. The VHF, UHF stuff. No.
You got plenty of high frequency. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You guys are banging.
All right, let's pass it around here. Who wants to pick it up?
Band path came up between you and I, Art, man. You're slamming in here now.
Yeah, you just hit 20. That was 20 on the peak. Wow. Yeah, I'll tell you, this is great. Man, what, a couple of nights? Well, no, last night Larry and I got out here and nothing. No copy at all. Everything was full tilt. Got on here, thought we were going to have a QSO, and all I heard was static.
Yeah, no, we had that conversation. I caught him down on 75 meters for a little bit. Hey, that reminds me, Larry, you're on 6400, aren't you?
I am.
Hey, I got a question for you, and this Bill, pay attention to this, Bill. You know the wideband noise blanker. Have you ever tried turning that thing on when it's you got a lot of lightning, or if you've got say on a wire antenna? I'm not sure if you're going to notice it as much on your beam, but on a wire antenna with a lot of rain or a lot of like ice hitting it, have you ever turned that thing on and listened to what it does?
No, actually.
Okay, well, I tried to turn it on a couple times tonight because I've got some noise in here, and normally it'll take it out, except for when it's raining, or I get a lot of lightning. And what happens is it can't I guess decode what is actual noise and what is like the static charges on the antenna or the lightning charges, and it freaks it out. It starts making this chirping noise, and it's useless at that point.
So what level do you put it on?
Well, even if I turned it down all the way tonight, it does it. There has been times I've gotten away with, turning it down really low, and it's worked really well when it's raining out, but not tonight. And I don't know if it's just because we might be starting to get some rain here. Some of that good freezing rain might be passing through here. The and the lightning, if there's a lot of lightning, don't even try it because it goes nuts. But normally I'll run the thing between like mid-scale or so on normal noise, and it works really well with that. It works extremely well.
You ever just try using the noise reduction?
Yeah, I've done that too. But the wideband thing works, when it does work, it works very well.
Yeah, if you put noise reduction on itself, that's DSP, and you run it about one click up from being where the little ball is on the left side, just a little bit up, it's unbelievable. But you got to run that independently of the WNB and all the rest of the stuff. Just try that.
Yeah, okay, I'll give it a go.
Well, I tell you what, Rick, I can't believe you're running that mic directly, directly into the radio. It's phenomenal. It sounds great, especially when when you were talking, excuse me, to Larry there, and boys, this sounds great.
Yeah, I promise you that's all I'm running. Just that mic jacked into the back of the radio.
Yeah, I'm all cranked up now. Get that 64 going, 6400. Yeah, I'll be looking forward to that tomorrow. I'll probably be like a little kid. I won't be able to sleep tonight.
Yeah, what mic are you going to use on it?
I'm going to try this Howe mic on it. I'm going to try it out, see how it'll pan out with it. And I don't know if I can get as good a sound as you got right there. I mean, Larry and Art, they're just phenomenal, and they're running the Aphex. I might put my Aphex in line, but I have to see how this mic's going to handle, with match up with that 6400, and I'll go from there.
Which Heil mic is it?
This mic here, it's a Heil PR30.
Oh, that's a good mic.
Oh, it'll be good.
I got a couple. I got some I got an RE20 and an RE320, and then I usually run this Howe mic. It seems like it's a little bit brighter. The RE20, it's a little bit more bassier, I'd want to say, but this 30 seems like it got a little bit more higher mid-range and higher tones in it.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I think I'm going to dispute what you're claiming here, Rick. Seriously. We're going to have to inspect your station and look under the desk, and I think you have like 6 pieces of rack gear incognito, and you're not telling us about it.
It's all tucked away in the Star Trek background.
I'm going to redirect the caravan from ERD's location on up to Hamilton.
Oh, thank you.
No, really, truly, it's it is outstanding. I mean, Larry, seriously, I mean, we've been doing this for a while now, and we kind of had the ear for it, and I would venture to say there's something going on instead of just that mic, plus 20 in the software, and of course that great setting in that EQ, that 8-bander, and that's a phenomenal sound just with that setup like that.
Oh yeah.
Let's see if Terry's back in there again. He probably passed out. You in there, Terry? Yeah, well, you sound real good on there, Terry. You got that radio broadcast voice. So, is that what you're running, a 6400? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, still a Flexo, but yeah, it sounds really, really nice. You got it going on, that's for sure.
Terry and I lost path with each other.
Yeah, these guys, they help me out. I'm only running it's a Yaesu FT950, and they help me a lot getting this set up. I'm running some outboard processing gear, but they help me get it set up there, and I think it's doing okay for all it is, but I'm a little anxious to get that 6400 online.
Hey, Bill.
Yeah, well, it sounded good. You got it set up there very nice. Yeah, go ahead, Rick.
That's hands down the best 950 I've ever heard.
I don't know about that. I've heard some pretty good 950s, even for just for being 3 wide. But yeah, it's these guys pretty much critiqued it. So I believe you. I mean, I've had some input from about all you guys there. So hopefully it sounds pretty decent.
And it's one of the cleanest 950s I've seen on the pan adapter.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, I try not to ever drive it. Sometimes I get a little bit close to the mic there, but I try watching the ACL, so I'm not banging, above it there. I try to keep it just about midway.
Okay, well, when you get the 6400 hooked up, you'll see what I mean. It'll take you a little while, but you'll start talking to guys and asking them what rigs they are, and then you'll kind of get an idea of what they look like on the pan adapter. And I'm not kidding you. You can ask Art and Larry. It's extremely easy to pick out Yaesus.
Yeah, I know that they run pretty dirty. I've had a few of them, and I have had other guys tell me that you got to watch because if you get them a little bit too high, they start running pretty dirty and stuff. So I always took that to heat. Try to not run it too high.
Yeah, especially that 3000.
Yeah, then they got that extra bandwidth in there too, and when they open them up there, sometimes you got to be careful of that. They pull them out to 4 wide there, and it seems like they turn all the knobs clear to the right, so that's what they get.
Yeah. Now, how far out are you listening now? Are you listening out? You can only go out 4K, can't you, on the receive?
Yeah, about 3.5 I can go out to, but I got my other gear. I got it tore down here now because I was changing everything in the shack here. I get everything back and get my speakers back set up and everything. I'll be pretty well. I get the flexion. I'll be really good.
Okay, good deal.
Go ahead, Larry. I chewed enough there. Go ahead.
I just switched mics here. I'm on the PR77. I don't know how this thing sounds. I have no AQ settings for this thing. How's it sound?
You're sounding good on this end. I know that. It sounds good.
A little sizzly. I hear a little sizzle going on. The gain might be a little hot. Yeah, a little more audio.
A little more audio. These are the same settings on the Sennheiser. Here we go.
Yeah, for a quick switch, just like that, without making some critical adjustments for that particular mic, it actually sounds really nice. I'll tell you, the Sennheiser's nice. The condenser has a nice, unique tone to it. But, man, sometimes those dynamics, it's amazing. You might want to get a little closer to it, though. That's the only thing. I think used to getting off the, coming back of almost 8-9 inches here from this condenser, you could probably get a little closer, and it'll fill it up better.
Okay, I'm about 2 inches away here. Hello, 1, 2, and look at everything looks good on the ESC. How's that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that has a great sound. Very nice tone on that mic.
Yeah, that's about how far you get from mine there, Larry. About 2 inches or so.
You like the condenser better, the Sennheiser, or is this thing sounding equal, or what do you think?
I like the Sennheiser better.
Yeah, I have to agree, Larry. I'd go that way too. It just sounds, there's something about that mic, and it sounds great on there. Don't get me wrong, that sounds good, but the Sennheiser just got a little bit more to it.
Yeah, it's got more fidelity to it. The problem I have here with the condensers is all the people in the house. I mean, the grandkids running around and everybody running in and out of the house and the car wash across the street. I had a condenser here. Actually, I think I still got one of them tucked away here somewhere. And I just, for my situation, as long as nobody's in the house, they work great. But or if I was in a studio room, it worked really well. But in the house where I'm at, it was just it was a bad idea. It just picked up way too much stuff.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Rick. I'm like you. I have one here, and I got it with my audio box when I bought that setup. And the only thing with that is I'm like you. If I get, I got grandkids that come in and stuff like that, and if I set the noise gauge and it doesn't even sound right because when you're talking it wants to shut off, you get that choppiness in it. So that that's why I went to a dynamic.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to run a condenser again, but I just, I can't do it with everybody in the house. It just, I'll one day when it's quiet around here and they're all gone and you guys are in there, I'll throw the condenser on.
Yeah, quick comment on that, and that's what I've learned from experience, and Larry could probably back this up. Of course, utilizing the downward expander and some of the outboard equipment, you can really benefit with when you want to use a condenser. It's just those two work hand in hand. A condenser, of course, it needs a 48 volts, so you might have a little small breakout preamp mic, a mic preamp, with 48. That's all well and good to get it up and running, and then use the downward expander or gate in the software. It just gets clippy. So truly, to benefit, if you're going to go with one, you're gonna definitely have some kind of piece of outboard equipment with a good downward expander, and that really, of course, what's going on here and what Larry's doing as well. So, but trying it directly into the radio, that might be a real task, with the software-driven downward expander.
And back to the Sennheiser.
Yeah, the Sennheiser is the way to go there.
Yeah, I'd say so too. It's set up good with that 6400.
Hey, Terry, if you're still hearing me, I think we've lost path between each other.
Oh, maybe he didn't hear copy. There could be. Yeah, Terry, Rick just mentioned you guys probably lost the path. He just made a comment, so just seeing if you're still there. All right. Yeah, you've been really coming in great here. I'm getting a full dose of you here through the speakers, the pan adapter. You're filling up the whole thing. Beautiful. The only little thing I did notice, I'm not sure if you might have increased the gain slightly, your mic level. I noticed just a little verge of a rasp now and then on the peaks. I don't know if you've caught some of that, Larry. Did you notice that? I'm not sure. Larry, okay, yeah. What is your slider set at, Terry? Your mic gain on the Smart SDR? No, he might be doing something preoccupied there. So yeah, if you just for the heck of it, maybe 67 or so, about 67, 66. I just want to hear if that cleaned it up a little bit. Okay, yeah, that did clarify it a lot. I was going to mention something earlier. Of course, it could be the band. It could be the band as well. But just the way you and I with this great pipeline at the moment, I mean, you were booming in 20 over. So I was just noticing right on the verge of being hot. So I think coming a couple ticks down definitely it clarified it. No, that, earlier, about a minute ago, you were way stronger. We are at a lot of QSB right now. The band is starting to shift a little bit. So my signal is probably coming down a little as well. So, but as soon as you made that adjustment, that was bingo right there. I would, more or less leave it about there, and you'll be more than suitable. It sounds great.
I had a phone call come in here. What adjustment are you talking about, Art?
No, with Terry, I just noticed he was just on the verge, a little rasp, a little hot, like a little hot on the mic gain, and then he was 70-something. He brought it down to 66 maybe or so, and it cleared it up a lot.
I was going to mention that earlier, but I was going to attribute that to the band phasing around and back and forth. Let me hear you, Terry. Okay, so go back up to 71 just as a way of contrasting this, because you sound, well, it could be the band, a little thin right now, but that's, you know how this band is right now. Okay, I don't hear anything as far as the raspiness on the end. Art, what about you?
Yeah, just a little. I'm only referencing it based on the S's. Anything S is where I'm capturing that little bit of a kind of harsh, that's all. I don't know. It could be the signal. It could be the band. I totally agree, but, I'm not sure. I know Rick, they don't have a pipeline, or pass at the moment, so, or maybe Bill. I don't know if Bill, do you still copy Terry by any chance?
Oh, yeah. I got a pretty decent copy on him, but like Terry said, the band's up and down there, but I still have a copy on him.
All right, yeah, like when he was at 71 or so and then went down to 66, did you think the 70-ish or so was a little, did you hear any kind of raspiness that I was picking up?
Yeah, I'll tell you what I did, but I played it off as band conditions. That's what I thought also, but... yeah, it might be, if he keeps it back where it's at, it's not going to hurt him at all. I know that.
All right. Yeah, I think you'll be fine, Terry. Right there, about 66 or so is probably the sweet spot. So, just to compromise a little bit and not worrying about being, a little bit on the hot side. That's all.
What mic is he using?
Yeah, well, what micro do you have on that, Terry? Oh, that's right. You did mention that.
Yeah, Terry, you
what now again?
Yeah, you said PR40.
No, I know the mic is the PR40, but what's the radio? Okay. Where do you have your settings? Are you running EQ in the radio? Give me the settings on the transmit EQ. Let's do this. Are you ready? Let me hear you. Just talk a little bit. Oh, yeah. Turn it off once. Let me hear it just off.
Yeah, plus 20, plus 20.
Put it down to normal. Give me a little more audio. I want to listen to the entire spectrum here. Okay, so that's okay. Let's try something here. Let's go into your transmit EQ. You're at where are you at 63? Bring it up to 4. And 125 is where? Bring it to 0. More audio right there. Okay, 250 is where? Bring it down to -8. Okay, 500. Bring it down to -4. There we go. Okay, 1K is where? Bring it down to 2. Bring that up to 3.
Say hi, Chris. Say hi, Chris.
Hi.
Talk louder. Say hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Say I'm good. What? Say I'm good. He said, how are you? Say I'm good. Okay. Hang tight, Chris.
Okay, bring 1K back down to 2. Bring it down to 5. In 4K. Bring it down to 7.
I don't know if you heard her, Chris. She said thank you.
Bring it up to 9. Okay, and 8K is where? Bring that to 0. There it is, right there. Oh, yeah. Comment?
All right, well, the first thing is going to be it sounds really good. I'm liking these settings. But for the mic gain to be up that high with that dynamic mic, I would love to know where that plus 20 pad is. Is it off or on?
Good point. It doesn't sound raspy here at all.
Oh, no. No, it's smoother. And real quick, Terry, in the Smart SDR, up on the top left, when you click on Settings, then click on Radio Setup, and then there's that tab, Phone/CW. I want to know if that plus 20 is highlighted blue. All right, great. Yeah, that's the whole key with that dynamic mic going directly into the radio. That's where the magic happens. So obviously it's already, that's why it's sounding great.
It's got to be on for most of the Hiles.
Yep.
Hey, one word. Sweet.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Larry, those are nice settings. Man, Larry. I'm talking to Larry. I'm sorry. I know he helped you change them. And Terry, yeah, I'm gonna have to say, even though things were good and everything was sounding great, boy, this is the icing on top of the cake right now. Those are really nice settings.
And it sucks that the band dropped that. I can't hear him.
Hey, Art.
Yes, Bill.
You know what? You listen like when Terry come on there, and he sounded good to me. And you get Larry in there, starts making these adjustments, and then it hits a sweet spot. You think that guy can't get any better than he is, and then you make him adjustments, and then all I can say, he got smooth. It really got smooth, and boy, it makes a big difference. Just them little bit of changes, and you think you couldn't get any better.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you something, Bill. These two guys have an ear for it because, I was getting really good compliments on mine the way it was, but now it's like, like you guys are saying, like you just said, it's Larry and Art have got an ear for it. You want to say hi? Hold on a second. Say hi.
Hi.
Okay. My granddaughter's sitting up here with me. I don't know if you guys are still watching or not, but she says hello.
Hello to you. What's your name?
Say, you gotta look into here. You gotta look over here. Say, Kyrie.
Kari.
Okay, I'm sorry. Is it Carly?
Close. Kyrie. She's 3 years old.
Okay. All right, Carly. Well, nice to hear you. You sound good on the radio.
Oh, my God. Hello, Carly.
Say hi, Larry.
Hi, Larry. Hi, Larry.
Oh, my God. Oh, Larry.
Am I getting enough highs in there now?
Hold on, I recorded you. Stand by. Hold on.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, but real quick on the yeah, Terry, lock those settings down. Definitely refined, and I just heard a little something going on there, a little edginess, and man, it's really smooth now all the way across. So, hey, you know, you can always go back and forth. You can name that whatever, you know, that profile, but I'm gonna have to say that that's probably, you know, on the scale from 1 to 10, that's definitely going to be in that high 9 range for, you know, the primary profile right now.
Unbelievable up here.
Yeah, it sounds great. You know, it's funny, Larry, between that PR40 and Terry's natural voice, it's almost like he has an Aphex exciter built in his throat.
I was just going to say that. You know, these little... Holy mackerel.
Well, give him a quick, just make a quick transmission, Terry. Larry, record that. If you guys have a good signal at the moment, play that. Yeah, he can hear it at least, because it really does. It sounds really good. Go ahead, Terry.
Come on, Terry. Okay, so just so you understand, I recorded that, but that is not anywhere near what it sounds when the band is in QSB. You know, like, oh man, that was terrible. But listen to this. Here you go.
Well, Larry, once again, thanks for helping me set that up. Y'all's voices that is definitely hitting where it needs to hit. So I definitely appreciate all the help on my end.
Yeah, I heard that QSB coming in.
Anyway, W4.
Hey, Art, Larry's way down here now too. I heard Larry's playback of Terry. Could you you're still pretty strong here though, Art. Could you grab a clip of Terry and play it back for me?
Yeah, the band is up and down here, so hold on. And Rick, what was that?
Yeah, I was saying that your signals dropped off really quite a bit here. I was asking, Art's still pretty strong. I was asking Art if he could get a clip of Terry and play it back for me.
Yeah, let's try that. I'll give this thing a try here. Go ahead, Terry. I'll do a quick clip. Okay. Yeah, and the same thing, the band, a little movement here on the band, but towards the end you did come back up. So let's see how this goes out over the air. Here we go.
All right, very good. Well, like I said, I definitely appreciate all the help that you and Larry and everybody's given. It's this is what I enjoy about the hobby. Is just getting together and just wanting to help each other and just have a good time and socialize. But y'all have done a really great job of helping me out. Whiskey 4 Tango Radio Hotel.
Yeah. I don't know. There's something about my playback here that seems like it's thinning things out, and I'm not capturing that robust, low response that I'm hearing over the monitors. But when it plays back, it seems like it thins up, in my opinion.
I got a pretty good copy on it. I mean, what I heard sounds really nice. I would agree that he needs to save that. Thanks for playing that back, Art. Appreciate it.
Uh-oh.
Is Terry talking?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's a little tough to try to listen to that. Yeah, you definitely, at your convenience, like go back at a later time when Rick uploads it, and that way just, you can hear it just like in real time, basically. That's the best way. But to try to keep up with it with your ear, and that delay is pretty, it's pretty normal for streaming. So, yeah, but all right, yeah, real good, Rick. I'm happy at least you got a clip, a clip of it. So, from basically being the remote station here, the relay.
Yeah. Okay, hold on a second, Art. Say hi, Art.
Hi, Art.
Okay, she wanted to say hi again, so. And, hey, you'll love this. She's watching the pan adapter, and she's like, that looks like a waterfall. I mean, spot on. That was her exact words. And then she says, what's up with why is it turned green and black? When like underneath the waterfall where people are talking. So I showed her that. So she likes the radio stuff. I think I'm gonna finally have someone interested.
Oh, that's great. Well, pretty soon, Rick, just start the Morse code, get the CW going, let her learn the alpha, A to Z, she'll pick that up quickly, I guarantee it.
1, 2, 3, name this. Oh, 1, 2.
Yeah, you're 3 years old. That's right. Yeah, get him young because it's easier for him to do it. Oh, hey, and by the way, before I forget, Chris, one of the guys that usually watches the streams, he's in there, and he doesn't have his general yet, but he's been in here listening, so he's made a few comments. So, Chris, hope things are going well with you, man, and keep studying, buddy.
Oh, cool. Yeah, hello to Chris, who's listening. Well, all right, yeah, just keep at it, and I don't know, what is it, 30 question test right now, and man, just get in there and do it. Just study, and no problem at all. You'll get it.
Yeah, Chris, it opens up a whole new world for you, and I think you really enjoy it there. I've been studying for my extra here, and been scoring in the lower 80s, so I'll give it a little bit more time, and hopefully I score up at least in the 90s. If I score 90s, I'll be happy. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys are watching the stream, but he said thank you.
Cool. N4QNT.
N8SDR.
KC3ERD.
Your
Message, Larry. I'll reduce it 5 more dB. That might cut some of that white noise out.
Okay.
Hey, Rick, I just wanted to say, boy, your granddaughter's precious. She's really cute.
Thanks, Bill.
Hi.
Hello, how you doing?
Say good.
good.
Okay, you're a cutie.
Say thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, honey.
Sorry if there was popping noises. She was grabbing a hold of the microphone when when she does it.
That's it's nice this band's holding up this long this evening, Eric. I got everybody. I mean, I'm hearing everybody pretty well.
Yeah, I lost Terry a while back, and Larry. I think the path between Larry and I is starting to fade now too.
Maybe so. Larry, do you still copy Rick?
Hey, Art, I guarantee you by the end of this year I'll have it on.
Okay, excellent. Well, you know, it's cool to experiment with the both of them. I'm going back and forth here, but it's fun. And they both have, big pluses. You know, there's a lot going on for each company, but right now I'm kind of liking this transmit audio with this radio. I'm not saying it's better, you know. No, it has its unique, distinctive sound. The Flex does too, and they're both up there. But it's just cool to go back and forth to experiment.
I tell you what, I've been around the band. I'm not a audio guru, but I've heard some really good radios, and I'll tell you what, honestly, Art, I have to put yours right on top. I'm serious. I don't know if it's that Apex you're running there with that little bit of that little bit of tone in there or whatever, but it's it got it going on. And one more thing, I wanted to give Rick kudos. He's the one that come up with your call sign there. Him and I were corresponding. He got yours, and then I ended up getting Larry's there, so that's how that ended up.
So Rick was the culprit.
Yeah, I was the culprit.
Quite nice tone. I like that. That's a nice ring. I like it.
Well, it's definitely fitting.
I appreciate the Bill. Bill, I appreciate the your comments. And seriously, I mean, yeah, we got a few things happening here, and it's all coming together. And these profiles and the CFC tools, the compression levels. I thought the Flex was challenging and all that, setting it up, but once this software was loaded and starting to go into background with like 50 or 60 different tabs to click, compared to maybe 6 or 7 tabs like in Smart SDR, it's like, oh man, now I understand what these guys were talking about, like rolling up your sleeves and getting under the hood, more customization. But hey, once you get a hang of it, and great YouTube videos, of course, I have to hand it to a lot of guys out there that put up great videos, and it kind of gives you a shortcut and easy setup from that point, a good base to start with. And so a lot of great info out there we can capture and learn real quickly.
Yeah, like I said, Art, I don't want to take away from anybody who's on this channel right now, because they're all sounding good. But with yours, that's like something special. You always have it's like you get that one special person that you can really, the sound of it is phenomenal to me, what I'm hearing. Because you don't only got sparkle on the top end, it's on the bottom end, and it's hard to explain because the bottom end sparkles too, but you got the bottom end in it. It's so well rounded, it's just unbelievable.
Well, watch him on the pan adapter when it's playing back, and you'll see. It's almost perfectly flat across it when he's talking. Everything is very well balanced. And I think that's the key thing right there is once you get set up that it's well balanced, you've got more than half the battle accomplished right there. The rest of it is just filling in with the effects from the Aphex and adding that little topping on there, like the icing on the cake.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Rick. I don't know. It just you hear different people and it's set up. Different people when they start the audio. It's set up good. Don't get me wrong, but either they got a little bit that you're paying more attention to, or a little bit more top and a sparkle. But if you listen to Art when he's talking, it's so, like you said, it's so flat across there and so well balanced. It's hard to explain. I mean, I never heard anything like that.
Yeah, when Larry's strong in here, like Art is right now, when Larry's like that, his sounds phenomenal too. I mean, they both sound great. Yeah, and my personal opinion is, if you're going to go with an SDR, if you stick with either the Anon or the Flex, I don't think you can go wrong with either one of those two. I don't count the rest of these guys that are making SDRs as SDRs. I mean, I think they're kind of hybrid. Whereas the Anon and the Flex, they're direct sampling for one, which is a huge plus on receive, and they're just they've been doing it longer than everybody else. I think if you stick with those two, then you'd be hard pressed to go wrong with either one of them.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, both are great rigs there. There's no doubt about it. Because, like I said, I'm not taking away from anybody else's audio coming out. I mean, they're all great. But he just got that so well balanced. And I don't know if the Aphex is putting that final, shine on it or touch on it, but it's doing something, that's for sure. And I think if he took it out of line, you'd see a difference. But it's going on that rig right now.
Well, it's easy for him to do. Art, can't you hit bypass on the Aphex?
Oh, yeah, we could experiment with that. But one thing to keep in mind, too, which actually sets this apart from everything else is the pure signal, the adaptive pre-distortion feature in the radio really is the key to this whole thing, and how it skirts the signal, all the audio, and corrects it. And it really puts a nice blend in that whole pocket. So if it's 3K, 4K, whatever or more, when that pure signal starts correcting everything, that has a lot to do with this Anon sound compared to others. So, just as a quickie though, I'll go off here. Let's pull these out. Okay, so this is no Aphex. Of course, the oral exciter, the big bottom 204 box. So that is deactivated. And, it's probably going to thin it out. It loses some of that robust sound that it had. And then we'll put these right back in. So there we go, the two-channel trick, which I, implemented, blending channel 1 over to channel 2, and then just making some of these settings kind of emulate each other. But, yeah, I could see right on the pan adapter as soon as I matched those buttons. N4 QNT.
KC3RD. Oh yeah, it definitely took it up high, Art. There's no different, no doubt about it. You pushed that button back in, and it brought that bottom end back in. But like I said, it didn't get real bassy. It come low, but it was still sparkling. That Aphex has. I know the pure signal has a lot to do with it because I have a TC Helicon. It's called a Voice Live. And it's a vocal, it's used for singing and stuff, but it can correct your pitch, and basically that pure signal is doing the same thing throughout the span of the highs and lows and mids and stuff. But I definitely heard a big difference when you took that Aphex out of line.
Yeah, there's a big difference, and don't worry, Bill. The hardware's already in the radio. It's just a matter of when Flex decides to incorporate it into one of the software updates, but they do have the ability to do something very similar.
Yeah. Now, what do they have to watch? Like copyright stuff, and where they don't get, where the Anand's going to come after them for trying to copy their pure signal?
I'm not sure what all the legal stuff is with it. I'm not sure. I'm not involved in that part of the end of it, and as long as it shows up sooner or later, I'm all for it.
Yeah, there's his name is Dr. Warren Pratt, and he basically invented this software, for the Anon, built into the Power SDR, the MRXPS software. And there's definitely some, here's a little example example, Simon Brown. If you guys remember the name Simon Brown, he's the one who invented Ham Radio Deluxe. He was the main code writer for that software. And, he gave up the company a few years ago and moved on. But now he's the gentleman who writes the code for SDR Plays, the console, the V3 console program that you can use to receive on the SDR Play or Play 2s. But now he's writing software for the Anon, and it's due out. It's supposed to be out in spring, where we can actually use console as transmit and receive, which is kind of cool. And he wants to put, SE wants to do pure signal, but now there's a big battle between him and Dr. Warren Pratt because of the copyright, like you mentioned, Bill. So apparently he's not allowed to implement that software in his program console. So, Flex is just going to have to do something on their own, call it whatever they want to call it, and it'll be similar. I think, this technology is used every, FM radio stations, AM radios. It's implemented in the broadcast industry, but, amateur radio related in software, there's definitely this one guy, Warren Pratt, it's his stuff, but yeah, like Rick said, they're going to have to figure out something, Flex.
Hey, Art, I wanted to ask you, I don't want to hold the channel up here, but when you took your Aphex Exciter, you sort of like co-phased the channel 1 and 2 together, I'm taking it. Now, can you run both of them at the same time, or, how are you doing that? Wouldn't it conflict with each other when if you had them co-phased?
Well, no, basically you're daisy chaining channel 1 to channel 2. So basically the output from the Vorsys goes to the input of channel 1 on the Aphex. And then there's the little monaural jacks, the quarter-inch connectors. And then you just use like basically an unbalanced, monaural jack, and you jump the two channels together. So now you can press both buttons to activate channel 1 and channel 2, and more or less mirror image the settings. Wherever the knobs are set on 1, put them on 2. But in some cases, you have to decrease a little bit of the drive and a little bit of the amount on channel 2, so it doesn't, become an overdone or too much. So you just back those off a little bit, and it really makes it makes a nice. It's not stereo. It's just basically two channels and working in tandem.
Yeah, it's like stacking two Aphexes in line.
Yeah, okay, I understand what he's doing there, but you're sort of getting like a plate or a small reverb in there. Is that coming from the Aphex, or are you running some other outboard processing to get that effect, or is that coming through the Aphex?
Well, no, that's the last box going out from the Aphex is that famous Virtualizer Pro, the 2026, I think it is. It's the old model. The old model with the better ones. These new ones that he just came out with, they're RF boxes. But the old Virtualizer Pro from early 2000s, you can get them on eBay for like $50. But no, that's just a little plating, just a little bit on that, the top, basically that final plating.
Okay. I'm running a little bit of plating on mine right now, but I run the Virtualizer. It's a newer model, and I did have trouble with that with the RF, but I got it calmed down now, so it's good. But, I thought he was running a little bit of plate or something there. I wasn't quite sure.
Yeah. So there's a good illustration on my site, on the QRZ page. So basically, you could see, the block diagram, the mic, and all the boxes. So how I have it all hooked up. So if you ever, you want to take a peek at it, you can see the setup.
Okay. Well, I'll turn it over to Larry and Terry there. I chewed enough there. I apologize for that.
Is Larry still in there?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Terry, I did the same thing. I'd I'd get around the band and I'd search people out because I'm into the audio part of it, and I happened to run into Art and Larry, and so I knew Art from last year. I talked to him a little bit last year or year before last. I just met Rick this year, and then knew Larry from last year too, but didn't really talk a whole bunch with them. But I always listened to them when they were on because they always had great sounding audio, And then I started listening a little bit more. Every time they was on, I would just listen. I wouldn't really say anything, and finally got my feet wet and started talking to them. And I knew right away when I was listening to them, they would help other people with their radios and stuff, and I would listen real good, and I had my other system set up where I could go pretty wide, and I could hear these changes they were making. It just kept getting better. Just like, for instance, tonight with you, Terry, they did the same thing with you, and I don't have my, I can only go about 3.5 wide or 3.2 right there, but I could hear it. I could hear it coming, and you think you can't get any better, but let them guys, let them guys tweak it a little bit for you, and it does get better.
Well, Bill, wait till you can hear these guys at 4K plus.
Yeah, Terry, that's actually a Behringer CMD. It's a MIDI controller. It's a popular box like for DJs when they're like kind of scratching records or whatever they do. They're spinning records like at a party and they're doing a DJing. So this little box hooks up USB to the computer. The Anon software, the Apache Lab software, sees the MIDI controller, and I can program all those buttons. So basically, that huge wheel, that big flywheel, is now the VFO. I can spin that thing just like a VFO on a regular radio and go across the band in seconds. And then, of course, all those little colorful buttons are just, they're functional. So I have the whole, the 1 through 8 is set up for just changing bands. I can cue the bottom left corner. I'll tune up. I'll hit the cue. I just got all things happening here with the sliders that are on there. I can volume control, and it's a really cool way to control the SDR radio, which obviously is just a blank box with no knobs, no buttons. So it kind of gives you the feel where you can still work the pan adapter, spin the wheel, and go across the bands. Over.
Hey, Larry, switch to your Star Trek background.
Oh, Rick. Rick's got this. Yeah, Rick has a Star Trek background on YouTube. That is funny. But yeah, real quick, Terry. Unfortunately, you can't do it with Smart SDR. You can only use the flex wheel. They basically went that route. You used to when Flex was using the old version, with a 3000 flex or a 5000 flex radio. When they were using Power SDR, yeah, you can program a MIDI. Any MIDI wheel like we're doing now with the Anon software. So yeah, with Smart SDR, you can only use their flex wheel. Yeah, well, the transition happened when they dropped Power SDR, which used to be open source, and, like Ken, KE9NS, I believe it is, he's still handling the Power SDR updates on his own. It's open source. He knows how to get into the back door of the program and mod it and enhance it and make updates.
Darren.
SDR, let's just call it the new Flex theme. They took the bull by the horns and they went proprietary and in-house only. So their software developers or guys who write the code for Smart SDR, it's only done for their radios. So I think what their intentions is they just wanted control. They wanted the software to be perfectly written to match their hardware and prevent hiccups and other errors that occur if the code's not right and it's out there as open source and guys are enhancing it and think they're making it better. Then if not, and something is written wrong, it can really reduce their reputation and say, well, no, this isn't working right, and they don't want to play the blame game on other software writers. So, basically, it's slow process. They update, you only get like an update twice or three times a year at the most. And when the main update comes out, like 2.0 now to 3.0, we're going to have to pay $200 if we want the 3.0 version. But hopefully they're going to offer something that's really worthwhile, and we don't mind paying it. But yeah, that was the big reason. They just wanted to take control and just make things be seamless from software to hardware. And now they own all the software rights, so it's all in-house in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, that's Darren, KE9NS, not Ken. And that update you only have to pay for it after your first year, or unless you got one of the first signature series, then you always get them free.
I got you, Rick. Top of the hour, N4QNT.
Okay.
N8 SDR.
Hey, Larry, you still with us, or how's the conditions here? Are we holding up? I think Larry disappeared.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not, Terry's not talking right now, is he?
No.
Okay. All right, guys. Hey, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get downstairs and get her something to drink and get her to bed here in a little bit. I will catch you guys tomorrow if you're around. Just shoot me a text message and let me know.
Okay, Rick, nice chatting with you, and thanks for sending the email. I knew you guys were on and stuff, and yeah, I had my granddaughter. My granddaughter was here, so I wanted you to throw that background on. She got a big kick out of that background and stuff. So, and she's seen your granddaughter also. Okay, Rick, take care, and maybe chat with you tomorrow. KC3 ERD.
Yeah. Good night, Rick. Good to hear you, and pleasure to hear your granddaughter on the air. That was pretty cool. So she's probably excited about that. That's awesome to get to make a transmission over the air. So, hey, 7-3, have a great weekend, and we'll be in touch from N4QNT.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Go ahead. Say it. Say good night.
Night.
All right. Good night, guys. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Take care. N8 SDR.
Yeah, he said good night as well, Terry. He just, right now the band's not cooperating between you two, so no problem.
Yeah, thanks for the relay.
Yeah, Terry, the way it works real quickly, just say you bought a Flex. Let's go back a couple of years. And you had version 1.9 point something, whatever that is, 1.9.8, just as an example. Now, Flex makes the announcement, okay, we're making the move, the big update's coming, 2.0's on the way, we're going to give you guys SmartLink, and that's what they did, basically. They gave us this remote capability to operate the radio from an iPhone or an iPad or a PC laptop or tablet or whatever, via the IP address, log it in, username, password, and we get into our Flex radio over a network, and we can operate the rig. Well, that's where we had to cough up to $200 for a 2.0. Now, after that, slow updates came. They had to improve something. They added a small feature. They made a patch for whatever revision and all this. So 2.0.1, 2.0.2, now they're up to 2.4.9 currently. That's the latest smart SDR software. Now, finally, those numbers are going to digit, and we're going to get to 3.0. Hopefully, they're going to make an announcement. A lot of
Thanks,
guys
Chris.
would love to
Talk
hear,
to you guys later. Have a good one. Thanks for watching.
Or adaptive pre-distortion or whatever.
Keep studying, Chris. You'll pass it, buddy.
That's when we
Looking
have to
forward to
cough up
working you on
the
the
other
air.
$200 again. So it's basically $200 upgrade every time they come out with a .0. Like 3.0 is on its way, and then in about a year and a half, 2 years from now, another $200 for 4.0. But all those in-between updates, of course, are free downloads. It's only when they finally get to the .0s is where we have to pay. Yeah, I would probably wait. I mean, if you're not really interested in remoting your radio and using it from a phone or, getting into your radio with a whatever, that's basically all you're really paying for 2.0. So skip that and let's see what 3.0 has to offer. Then pay that $200 and you'll still get remote and whatever 3.0 is. You don't have to pay the $400. It's only $200 when you decide to finally get the .0, whatever that might be. know what? I think I just made an error. What I was just saying, I was thinking about what I just said to you, and I go, oh, hold on. I didn't realize you don't have 2.0. You have 1 point something. Is that correct? Yeah, then I take back what I said, Terry. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah. If you held off on 2.0 and now you finally want the latest release of Smart SDR, yeah, you can't leapfrog to just say when they come out with 3.0, no, you're looking at $400. I'm sorry, I forgot about that. Yeah, you have to upgrade in sequence. So you have to get 2.0 first, which is all through the registration process, the serial number of the radio, username and password to get onto their server, so they know you have 1 point whatever something. Yeah, you got to cough up to 200 to get 2.0, and then whenever 3.0 comes out, there's that other 200. So, yeah, that gets sticky in my opinion. Yeah. And, I kind of understand a little, and it's easier for me to say because I already did the last upgrade. So, whenever the next one comes out, of course, it's not that big pill to swallow like 400. So, but even with that said, I guess in a way we're kind of supporting a company. They have people working. There's a payroll, and they feel if you want us to be here for you, and you're buying the radio, of course, but software is what it's all about. This is what makes the radio work. So that's how they feel like they can get away with this, charging $200 for the next big thing, I guess you can call it. Like Apple, that was always Apple's slogan, the next big thing. So with Flex, the next big thing is going to cost us, some 400, me 200, because I already got the 2.0. So. Oh boy. And I guess, it's just a way to look at it. Like we're supporting the company, those software writers, making the big bucks. And I guess it's one big happy family, but we certainly have to cough up. Now with the Anon, it's open source, and there's guys writing code and beta. There's a lot of beta coming out, and it's glitchy. There is some problems, and I usually go with the final versions. I'll try the beta as soon as there's a lockup or something didn't work right. I'm always going back to the previous version that's proven. So it's a little it's almost like an experiment or almost like a kit. You're constantly experimenting with the Anon because at a rapid pace that they send out software for free. So hey, free's for me. Of course, it's cool when they make a big change and you don't have to pay for it. But they feel Flex is more regulated, it's more observed, and quality control standards are higher. So they feel that their releases have to cost us. I guess at the end of the day, that's what it comes out to.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I was waiting on. I was waiting to see if Larry was coming back in here. I haven't heard him for a while. Maybe he pulled the plug. I don't know. But yeah, Terry. I just like I said, I just purchased my 6400, and I'll probably have to be putting an update in it pretty soon. Like Art was saying, they'll probably be coming out with software here pretty soon. What I've been hearing anyway. So. Well, if you want to, you know how it goes. If you want to play the game, I guess you got to pay. That's how it usually comes down to that, anyways. And other than that, I'll tell you what, guys. I'm going to pull the plug for tonight. I'm getting a little heavy-eyed here, and granddaughter's she's still up there. So I'm going to get everything settled down here, and I'm going to hit the hay there. Terry, it's nice meeting you. Been a pleasure on this end, and look forward to talking to you again. And Art, as always, thanks, buddy, for the help that you give me, and also Larry, if you're still listening, thank you. And I don't know if Rick, if he's still online or not, but thank you guys, and look forward to talking to you guys again, maybe tomorrow here. With that being said, I'm going to clear out here. KC3ERD. Good night, guys.
Night, Bill. Hey, and Bill, real quick, you get all your upgrades free for the first year.
That's good. All right, Terry, have a good one, and you too, Rick. Thanks.
Yeah, 7-3, Bill. And just real quick, Rick made a comment. Did you hear Rick, Bill?
Boy, Art, I heard you dropped off on me. Come back again.
Oh boy, Bill and I are losing it. Terry, just tell Bill I wish him a good evening, and 7-3 till the next time. And I think
okay,
Rick was trying to get a comment to Bill also, but I'm not sure if you heard him.
To fall away pretty quick here, so I figured I'd better get out of here. All right, guys, take it easy, and I'm going to be clear. KC3ERD.
Yeah, and Art, he did hear it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Rick, he's like 20 over coming in here, and you're doing pretty good too, but Art was way up there. He was like 30 over, and all of a sudden, the band changed, and he went away. So, okay, guys, have a good one there, and look forward to talking to you again. I'm going to be clear, KC3ERD.
Contact? Good evening. It's Kilo Delta 2, Bravo, Echo, November, JD2BN. The name is Richard. QTH, New Jersey here, just playing around here. I heard you guys talking. A good signal here. And we're up in New Jersey up there, Florham Park, New Jersey. What's your QTH?